Hi there, welcome to Sunnyside Journals. Welcome to another installment of 'Tis the Season. Your eyes are not deceiving you. I'm still trying to decide what to do with this lace. It's so pretty. Oh, here's the end papers. Sorry, I was trying to see what I want to do. Even my crush, Nancy, chimed in and said, that lace is so beautiful. And it really is so pretty. Look at that. It's tea dyed. But I love how the tea dye darkened at the edges here. And I wish I could remember what I did to do that. But, oh well. So we're going to try again. So I have decided on my plan of approach. I have decided I was going to put another liner in here. If you recall, I made another liner and I was going to put it in here, and I've changed my mind on that. I do want it soft and flexible, and I'm quite happy with how it is now. Now here where it is, where the original fabric was breaking, I don't mind that. I know I've said that before. I'm just doing a catch-up in case someone didn't see yesterday or whenever the last time I mentioned it. So what I've just done is I have inked it a bit just to camouflage it, tone it down, but I don't mind that there. I don't mind this book looking old. It's from 1879. It deserves to look old, but I do want it strong. And if we can strengthen it in a pretty way, then that's the best, right? So, and certainly we got started on that, strengthening it in a pretty way, because the fabric that is peeking through there is very pretty, and it's starting to wear here. If it starts opening up a bit more, it's going to be very pretty. And same with down here. So what I plan on doing, now I may still work on this a bit, is, you know what, I am going to go ahead with this. I am going to pat it in place and glue it. I'm going to fold it over there. And then I'm going to do just a tiny little bit of machine stitching right here on this. And I'm going to do it at the bottom. Just that little touch. So we've got to get started. Because I didn't know what my plan of attack was going to be previously, especially when I thought I was going to put another liner in here, I had left these little cuffs. You can see here, they're not glued down. You can even, oh, hi. I can poke my finger through there. I've decided, yes, I want to glue them down. They're actually going to become part of the strengthening. So I'm using 3-in-1 here to do this part. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to show when I work at my sewing machine. I'm going to have to talk you through it. I just have no room over there to reset up my tripod. It would be noisy. It would be, no. I was going to say maybe I'll try it later, but I can't edit. I don't know how to cut and paste. You're just going to have to take my word for it. It's not that big of a deal. I just literally run it through my sewing machine, and through the thick places, in case you're wondering, in case you've never tried it yet, through the thick places, oftentimes I manually turn the sewing machine wheel with my hand and barely even use the electric pedal, and I just force that needle through. Now, fortunately, really old books lend themselves very well to being shabby chiced with a sewing machine, because they're already kind of soft and mushy, and nature has already been breaking them down. So let's do this first. Oh, I got an itchy nose. Oh, you know what that means. Let's do this first. And then we will see what we're going to do. I even was thinking about trying this lace, and that one's just so pretty. And I really wanted the lace not to overpower how cool this old book looks, but I did want it to look like maybe Mrs. Cratchit had mended her old book, maybe as a keepsake remembrance. It's a bit of lace that was from the collar of her dress that she wore to get married, or maybe it was, you know, part of the christening dress that her babies wore when they were christened. You know, I imagine all those little parts to how I think this book came to be. All right, so we're just pushing that down. Sometimes 3-in-1 and Fabri-Tac can take a few minutes to decide to finally get tacky. So I'm pinching these parts together because they're literally like two separate pieces right now. So I'm pinching them together. Then my anticipation is that the overlapped lace I will also glue on, which will add to the strength, and then I will be stitching right across the base. So that's all. Let me see if this is glued together, or if I need to put in a bit more before I sew. No, it looks like it's all glued. Okay, these corners are showing their age. I'm leaving them alone. I'm not putting metal corners on them. I took a little artistic license and put metal corners on the folio. Where's the folio? Because I imagined that maybe this, you know, was squirreled away from the office, that again, it was going to be pitched, and Bob grabbed it and thought, oh, the wife will want to play with this. As many of us junk journalers know what it's like when our partners bring home things. Hi, I found this at the office. Do you think this is something you like using in your junk journals? Or family members. If you're like me, you've got husbands, friends, and family members who will show up and say, I saved something for you. I think you'd like to use it in your journals. And it's true. Usually you do. All right. So now I've got to decide how I'm going to approach the bottom one too. Or maybe I'll put this one on the bottom. I really do want to, I don't know. I love this try. It just reminds me of a clover. And maybe Mrs. Cratchit has a little Irish in her. So now is that inside out? That's inside out. There we go. That's the right side. So maybe that side there and that side, that part there would look nice. I still don't like those. I still don't want it to overpower. All right, scissors. Oh, yay! I saved my brush that I forgot and left to dry with. I can still feel it's a little stiff in there, but for the most part, that's still going to be great for Mod Podge. Yay! All right, I'm going to give myself more room this time. I'm not going to trim it too small. I'd rather trim it again later. Oh, come on. What are you doing? Thank you. I'm going to give myself lots of room. Uh-oh. Did I turn my timer on? Oh, I did. All right. So if I don't want it to take over. I just want it to look pretty. Oh, maybe maybe those 4 do look nice. Like that. Now let's see. See, it doesn't need to come down that far. Because there's going to be sewing to reinforce the gluing, this would only bulk it. Maybe a tiny little bit more down to look like. Now, so like that. And then I want to see what it would look like on its side. Oh, that is pretty. Let's do it. And then this one, if we do it, yeah, that's nice because then they're not perfectly symmetrical. Okay, I'm excited all over again. Let's just do it. All right, we'll start with the bottom. I'm going to glue it, and then I'm going to trim off whatever is excess here inside the hollow back of the spine. That's the plan. So that's the top side. So let me get a piece of paper. Come on. Come on, you. Ugh. Why can't I grab paper when I want it? Oh, this will do. Right, here, we'll use this. This will do. So, now I forget again. What's the top? You're the top, so you need the glue. Alright, so I'm going to mostly try my best to quickly paint it on. Gotta get the glue down to the bottom. I can't believe how much I've gone through, how much glue I've gone through. Okay, I am in. I wonder if I bring it down. Hold on. Alright, that's good. As ever, I haven't used it yet today. And how many of us jump out of bed like real fast every morning? I can't blame my glue. Mind you, I like getting up in the morning. So, what am I saying? I love morning. It's my favorite. I'm a morning person. I don't know if you've figured that out yet, but I love morning. Alrighty, so let's put the glue on, paint it on, which can be tricky on lace, especially because this is 3-in-1. If it blobs out, it will be shiny, so I don't want it to blob out. But I do want glue everywhere. I want good adherence everywhere. So I may take a cotton swab. Do I have any? Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. I'm going to steal one from my husband's bathroom. I'm still here. I'm still here. Don't tell him I stole a few. I think he knows. Fortunately, he loves me. So, this is going to take away some excess. And it's also going to pre-mush some of this glue in. Okay, I gotta work quickly. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna move this because I don't want that glue getting onto the cover. All right, here we go. We gotta move. Gotta do it. So I want that on the front. Pat that into place first. Give room for that gutter, because there's the little hinges. Flipper. Make sure there's no glue. Okay. And then there needs to be glue on this. See, this is where, remember, I realized I cut it too small, but we're going to make it work. We're going to make this work. And if it sticks out in the end, oh, come on, you. It's shabby chic, right? Shabby chic is not meant to be perfect. It's much more fun when it's not. Now I'm going to take this out. First of all, because it won't show, text block is going to be there. Oh, come on. There we go. It won't show. There, sticking it into the gutter. I'm going to bend it a bit and make sure that this is good. While the glue is wet, it gives you time to remold it. It's just like when we make, a new liner. Hold on, I'm over here. I'm getting a wet wipe. I'm making a new spine. You can mold. There we go. Sorry, you can mold. Yeah, that's a ho 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 ho. You have molding time while the glue is wet to make sure that your spine holds on to the shape that you want it to hold. So, ho, 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 ho. There we go. Let's use this. So, see what I mean? How this is giving some support to that frayed fabric that was basically crumbling away like the ends of a burning cigarette. That's the best way that I describe it. That's how I used to describe to my hair clients when I was telling them, don't re-iron already ironed hair that's still hot, because you'll basically cook the ends of your hairs. So if you do want to go over it again, it's not perfectly straight, you want to go over it again, here's some hair tips from licensed stylist. If you want to go over it again, iron your hair, let it drop, go work on something else, let that cool off, then go over it, pass over it again with your hair iron. Don't re-iron already hot ironed hair. There you go, my tip for the day. I'm sorry. The old hairstylist in me can rear her head, just like the old homeschooling mom in me can rear her head or open her mouth. And you know what? They do go hand in hand, because when I was a hairstylist, I was always teaching my clients how to replicate their hairstyle at home. It just made no sense for me to give them a kick-ass hairstyle. Then they get home and they don't know how to do their hairstyle. There's just no point to that. So I was constantly, you know, when I do their color, highlights, I do their cut, that part only I can do. But when it came time to do their blowout and style, that's when I would start saying, all right, when you get home, this is how you do it. Blow dry it this way, blow dry it this way, do this, do this, do this, use this product, iron it like this, because I want them not only to look good when they leave the salon, I want them to look good the next day or the day after when they did their hair themselves. There we go. There we go. All right, let's do it again. Now I'm going to move this because it could have wet glue on it. Off it goes. Here we go. And you're wondering, it's a cheap cuticle pusher. No wonder I'm talking about hair. Up here in Canada, when you get your cosmetologist license, in order to qualify for your license, you, hold on, I gotta get another kitchen towel. In order to, oh shoot, I dropped it. There we go. In order to qualify for your license, you actually do have to be trained in everything that happens in a salon. So you have to be able to do facials. You've got to be able to do mani-pedis. Whether you ever do them again after you get licensed, that's up to you. But to get your license, that's all on the license exam. Electrolysis. All right. Now this time, because it's inside, I think I will just go ahead with the glue on the inside, because that won't show. At least that's my plan. I guess we'll see. I'm going to just wipe some of that excess onto there. So later today, I am going to get my booster shot, which I'm very excited about. With my first shot, I got Moderna. With my first one, I just felt like a bruise at the injection site. It just felt a little tender. Otherwise, nothing. With my second one, when I woke up the next morning, I had aches and pains. Oh, big time. So I don't know what to expect this time. Let's see what we did. Yeah, that looks nice. I'm going to try and move that over a bit and get it more centered. Yeah, I like it. That's pretty. Okay, no regrets. I'm happy. Yeah, so I don't know what to expect this time, whether I will feel nothing or feel something, and they say either one is fine. They do say that part of their thinking is that if you have a reaction, that's a good sign that your body is trying to figure out the code so that it would fight it if you're ever exposed to it. Who knows? So, if there's no video coming up, either tomorrow or the day after, it could be because I'm laying on the couch moaning. Now, with my second one, it literally was 24 hours. I woke up in the morning, I felt awful all day. I went to bed feeling awful, and I woke up the next morning, and boom, it was like a light switch had turned off again. Glue all over me now. Sorry. All right, I love that. I do love that. Yeah, okay, I'm really happy. Now here's what we did yesterday. I've got to let that dry a bit, and I may pause because I only have my 30 minutes. I do like how that turned out, and I want to show you. Oh, I can move this back now. I want to show you because remember I rambled on and on about how I would have liked to have used Mod Podge here, but I guarantee you it would have done this, and it would have been bubbled and buckled and not very pretty at all. So instead, it's lovely and smooth, and the underside is lovely and smooth. And it hasn't interfered with where it says 1879. Hold on. find I have to take these off carefully. Yeah, 1879 right there. So that's wonderful. So I will be doing these later. I like to curl up on the couch and put the TV on, and I will sew the signatures in. I have left them. I have tried my best to mostly use blank paper, and I'm going to do my best to leave this book be, so that the new owner, that this is their little journal. I am going to still have more fun with the ledger. I have plans for that, but for this little book, that's the little insert tucky book, it's going to be for the new owner to have fun with. Oh, I love that. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad I listened to Nancy. Nancy was watching my video this morning, and she messaged me and she said, "Oh, that lace!" And I might have used a bad word, and I said, "I know I messed it up." And she said, "Oh, that lace is so pretty," something to that effect. So then I got thinking about it again, and I thought, okay, I have to try the lace again. You know what? I'm glad I did. Now I'm going to, what I will be doing, I'm going to pause and go do it, is I'm going to use my sewing machine, and I'm literally probably going to sew by manually turning the wheel, and I'm going to go across the top here, and then I'm going to go down and around and fortify all these little edges, and I'm going to do it at the top and the bottom. And that should actually give this little book a whole new life. All right, I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause while it's paused because you won't be aware of it. I'll wait a few more minutes, let this dry a bit more, and then I'm going to sew it. Okay, hold on. Okay, we did it. We did it. So what I did was, I was right. For most of it, along the top here, I could stitch it very slowly, but to go through this hardcover part here, I did have to manually turn the wheel. And I have even stitched right through these fine little areas. That's the cool part. If you, sorry for all the glue on my fingers. That's crazy. Because it's lace, it's very forgiving and camouflages your stitching. I actually, let me bring it in really close so you can see, I used my zigzag stitch. And you can see, I just went all over. I just followed the edge of the lace like a map, and then I did a little bit through the center part just to really, like, that's really nice and firm now. And same with down here. Now, something I'm going to do, I'm not going to have time to get it all done on camera. Plus, I'm probably going to have to use my, I've got one of these lights here. Let me bring it down so you can see. I've got one of those, is it going to let me? I've got one of those ring lights that I can, it has magnifying glass in it. So I'm probably going to use that. And I'm going to pull the front thread to the back, knot it, although I don't think it will come undone at all, but I'm going to do it anyways, just for the finishing. And that way, we've got that beautiful lace. There we go. I love that it's not symmetrical. We've got two different laces there. And, gee, I love how that turned out. All right, well, thanks for being here with me while I do another thing that puts my nerves on edge and then feels like a victory. All right, go out, have a great rest of your day. I'm going to have a great rest of my day because I'm getting my booster, and hopefully we'll get together again tomorrow and I won't feel too horribly awful, but wonderfully horribly awful. Bye, everyone. We'll talk soon.